Hi, welcome to the Gospel Music Business Show. My name is FJK. Today I'll be talking to you about the common mistakes gospel musicians make and how you can avoid them. Gospel music is real and it's actually exploding. Let's be real. We are called to produce music that glorifies God or that glorify God. But in today's landscape, many gospel artists are actually struggling. Why? Because there are some mistakes they are actually making. In today's episode, I'll be talking to you about these mistakes and how you can avoid them so you can have a prosperous music career and a successful calling. So let's dive in. But please don't forget to subscribe and like and also share. Okay, let's go. Mistake number one is no clear vision. So many artists just start, they just copy and paste. They listen to this guy just try to copy exactly what he's doing. Some artists don't even have songs of their own. They don't have an identity. They don't have a brand. They don't have a unique sound. All right. When you start your journey, it's important. Yes, you listen to everyone, particularly different genres. You have mentors, you have people you look up to, but you also, in this journey, you need to sit down and create your own sound, something that is unique to you, your voice texture, your calling, your vision, where you're going. So you have to have a clear vision, right? So is your music about worship? Is your music about Christian life? Is your music about morality? Is your music about, blessing the body of Christ in a different way, or you're trying to reach out to the global community with a particular message, maybe a message about hope, about freedom, whatever it is, you have to have a unique calling, and that's where you cast your vision from. This is number one reason why some gospel music artists actually fail to actually get their music to the global space. So you need to ask yourself, is my music a hustle or a business? Do I have a message for a particular community, a group of people, or a specific class of society? And that's how you cast your vision, and that makes it clearer. All right. The number two mistake gospel artists make is low or poor sound quality. So in the production, they are not intentional about the quality of their output or their production. And so they just go out and just produce stuff, and they say since it's gospel, it's going to be fine. And that's how you lose out, because nobody wants to hear things that don't make sense or that's not sounding well. Don't forget that your music will be competing with a lot of sounds out there. And today, we have a proliferation of music and sound out there. And so you have to ensure that you actually are intentional about the quality of the sound, your production. So you get into a good professional studio, and you also ensure that the sound that comes out of it, the mix, the quality of the mix is okay. You don't need to break the bank, but you have to ensure that you don't compromise quality no matter what. That's how to also ensure that the music go global and it's out there. So you need to also remember that listeners are used to clean sounds and quality sounds. So if your music does not sound right, or the quality of the sound is not clean, you're not going to get audience listening to you. All right, so we're number three right now. The third mistake gospel artists make is lack of proper branding. And so they are not intentional about branding and marketing. So you say you're a gospel artist, your social media page does not tell the story, and when it does, it's not professional enough. The idea we sell to ourselves is that since God has called me, He will promote me. But we need to understand that when you get into the space of pushing your content out there. Excellence is key. The quality of what you put out there is key. And so you have to be intentional about how you create your brand, how you project your brand, how you promote your brand, because so that people can be able to resonate with it. Else, nobody's going to pay attention to you. You may be very spiritual, but you have people, and you might even have the quality, right? But you have people out there who may not have what you have, but they're intentional about the brand and they're making it there. So we are not saying that you should compromise the spiritual base of what you do, because as a gospel musician, your base stands which start with your relationship and your walk with God, because you can give what you don't have. You're coming from a spiritual base. But we are also saying that you have to amplify what you do with a professional brand, so that excellence plus the gift of God will take you very far. So this is number 3 mistake a lot of gospel musicians make. They are not intentional about their branding. Here's the catch. Ministries need visibility to make impact. So you have to be intentional with your social media. You have to be consistent. You have to engage your audience. You have to post snippets. You have to post events. You have to post your journey. Maybe when you're trying to create a sound or create a song or music, you have to post all this journey, and then you have to be intentional about it, so that you can be able to consistently build a strong brand over time. So mistake number 4, a lot of artists ignore the business side of music. So they are not interested in contracts, in royalties, in distribution, and they wonder why they are broke. Here's the truth. You can't be anointed and uninformed. Ministry needs fuel to be sustained. All right, and that fuel is the royalty we're talking about, is you being paid for what you do. And that's why it's important that you pay attention to the business side of music. So learn the basics, right? Register your songs on distribution platforms like DistroKid, TuneCore, and then position yourself to collect royalty through ASCAP or BMI or COSON if you are in Nigeria. And never forget that knowledge is power. So mistake number 6, we talk about inconsistency. A lot of gospel artists are not consistent. So you drop a song, in the next 6 months you disappear, you come back 2 months time or 8 months time. Lack of consistency, you're not going to be relevant. So you have to be consistent, all right? Be consistent. Sometimes consistent can be costly, but you can leverage on collaboration. You can leverage on communities to be consistent. Communities that have professionals that work in there. Not everybody wants to just collect money from you now. Some people are interested in your journey and your growth and the outcome you can give. And so some people are ready to even invest in you today because of the outcome in the next 3, 4, 5 years. But you have to be consistent. You have to show that you're committed to what you're doing, and never let money stop you in the journey of consistency. And so here's the catch. In the music industry, momentum is currency. The more you show up, the more people resonate with you, the more they want to support you. So plan your release. Stay active. Post. Do live sections. Engage with your audience. Show them you're serious. That's the most important thing. Now, I need to tell you this. In all of these, never compare yourself with other people. That's the recipe for disaster. When you start comparing yourself with other artists, you don't know their journey, you don't know when they started. Some people have been trying to create themselves. They're trying to build. They've been building themselves over time. And all of a sudden, you see them in the limelight. You don't understand that before the limelight, there have been like maybe 5, 6 years of preparation. And you just see them and everything is working. You're like, oh, why not me? You need to understand that if you jump the queue in life, you have to go back to queue. So there is a process to everything. So when people are already up out there, they're succeeding, your job is not to compare with them. Your job is to trust the process and pay your own dues. And which time, what's yours will come to you. That's important. So here is the catch. Which of these mistakes have you been making? Which of them have you been avoiding? We'd like to hear your story. Drop comments in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It's been a wonderful time on this show talking to you about the common mistakes that you need to avoid as a gospel musician to be able to succeed on your journey. I wish you real great success on this journey, and I hope we all get to the promised land together. It's been nice talking to you. Once again, my name is FJK. I'm signing out.